Hi, Demetrius Malbro, cloud advocate here, joined by Kubernetes resiliency expert, Ryan Behill. Ryan, how are you?
Hey Demetrius, I'm pretty good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Do you mind explaining to us exactly what Veritas does for containerized environments?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's three key things that we do for Kubernetes and container environments overall, and that's what you're seeing here in this picture. So it's about three main things. So it's about resiliency for Kubernetes, it's about storage management for Kubernetes, and about data protection for Kubernetes, right? So those three things combined is what Veritas overall provides for Kubernetes environments to help make them really ready for prime time and business critical type applications.
Great. And so what's actually going on? So it looks like things are protected from a namespace perspective. So maybe explain that to us.
I'll give you the quick breakdown on this picture that you're seeing here. So we'll start here with resiliency, right? So when we say resiliency, we're talking about things like potentially disaster recovery, or if you had a situation where, say, one Kubernetes cluster over here maybe goes down and you need to recover, we can actually do that to an entirely different cluster based on real-time data replication, and that's something where you'll also have like a near zero RPO or RTO to get you online very quickly with almost no data loss, right? So that's the first big thing that's going on here.
All right. So I guess that whole namespace replication thing is all about keeping the business online, because at the end of the day, it's all about applications continuing to run, right?
Online, exactly, yeah. And we can do this, like you see, at the namespace level or for an entire cluster. So it's entirely up to you, whatever you need.
So this is for all pods, all containers, and if something spins up or down, like this is in step, right?
Exactly, you bet. Yeah, it's real-time replication and it happens all the time. Yeah.
So maybe break down the whole persistent volume and stateful applications components of this for us.
Yeah, sure. So if you're running stateful applications in Kubernetes, there is going to be the requirement to have persistent storage for those applications, and that's what you see here, right? So our InfoScale product is a storage provider for Kubernetes and does provide that persistent storage to stateful applications that you have running in a Kubernetes environment. So it has a lot of advanced features in the way that it works, but generally that's kind of the main thing to know, is that we are a storage provider for Kubernetes. And it's a great option for any kind of stateful application you're running in containers within a Kubernetes environment.
Okay, I also see net backup down here in the left-hand corner and some net backup appliances as well. Maybe explain this to us as well.
So of course, backup and recovery has always been important. It always has been and always will be. And so this is essentially the solution that we're providing with net backup, is the ability to do a backup of any type of workload you might have in Kubernetes and then recover that as you need to. So sort of like you've been doing forever with any type of back and up and recovery operation. We can now extend that functionality to Kubernetes. And we have a lot of advanced and interesting features that go along with that, such like support for any CNCF certified distribution, a lot of other cool stuff like some integrated ransomware protection features and things like that.
Okay, and what about the mobility aspect of kind of what's going on behind the scenes here, right?
For sure. So, one cool thing is, say you wanted to run a backup of a Kubernetes workload and you're running on-prem, maybe say in an OpenShift cluster, for example, and you decided you wanted to go into the cloud to something like a managed service, maybe it's AKS or EKS or that type of thing. You can actually do that quite easily by running a backup and then recovery operation, because we actually support any CNCF certified Kubernetes distribution. That mobility between distributions is made very simple using a backup and recovery methodology.
Well, it sounds like this is a really critical component in order for organizations and businesses to stay highly resilient and to continue to have their applications to run and be online. So, Ryan, thank you so much for breaking all of that down for us today.
You bet, yeah.